Google Plus, welcome to another edition of Minimal Monday wrap up number 59. Oh God, do I have a awesome bunch of photographers and photos for you this week. For you guys that didn't know, Europe got a whole lot of snow this week or last week. So I am going to show you a lot of snow compositions, right? So yeah, let's get going. I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be, but I have about 18 photographs to share with you. So let's get going. All right. The first photograph I'd like to feature is the one that, of course, is going to get my Fav of the Day award, and this week that one is going to Chris Schofield. Chris submitted this photograph he made last summer of Goose Island on St. Mary's Lake in Montana, and this photograph is just, yeah, this is awesome. I believe he said this is a 4-minute exposure or something made at sunset, and this is phenomenal. This is, in my opinion, his best photograph so far. And although he told me he was a little bit scared to share this, but I don't know why, because I will tell you why this image works for me. First of all, this is an iconic place, right? I mean, everybody knows the Rocky Mountains, and this is one of those lakes that is on my list as well. I'm going to Montana soon. It's definitely on my list. I don't know if I'll be able to get there because it's winter, but this is definitely an iconic. An iconic spot, an iconic almost viewpoint, I would say. It's highly, an emotive, not only composition, but use the light and dark contrasts and stuff. If this was photographed during the day, it would have been totally different, right? And yeah, this is pretty compelling. I like that little island in the middle. Chris, the viewpoint that he used, or however this is shot, it's good that there's enough separation between the little island in the middle and the lake and the light on the lake. And the light is gorgeous. I mean, there's no clouds in the sky, but that doesn't matter. Just the light itself is one of those sunsets where you probably question yourself, do I photograph this in color or black and white? Definitely, the detail in the mountains is more than enough. View this large because this is one of those beautiful theatrical, photographs. I love this a lot. Good job, Chris. Congrats on your first Fav of the Day award. More than well deserved. It was a close call though, because Julia and, I'm gonna pronounce her name like wrong, Gospodaru. Oh jeez. Yeah, she submitted a wonderful snow scene. I love trees, and especially if they are loaded with heavy snow. It has something emotional, and the way Julia Ann photographed this, she used a heavy vignette, in the sky and in the foreground, and it almost, when you close your eyes, just so your eyelids become like these little slits. It almost reminds me of waking up from a dream. Your eyes are just opening up, and that's what you see. That's a beautiful photograph. Reminds me a little bit of Athena's tree series. She won, was it last year? In the IPA photo awards. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, in the tree category. She won a prize for that. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of that series. Your series is Square, so I can hardly wait to see more of this and to see this series progress. Great work, Julianne. While we're showing snow, um, I have this beautiful um, photograph by Johnny Bonar to share with you. This is again one of those probably places that I don't know if I these trees would be in my portfolio. Those are some awesome wicked trees. I like the way Johnny photographed the snowstorm behind it too, like the daunting clouds behind it. Definitely a wonderful photograph. Love the contrasts too. Just enough detail in the trees, but the question really is do you need that contrast, right? I don't think so. It's nice that it is there. I don't. There could have been silhouettes too. I mean, it wouldn't be a better image or a worse image. It would just be different. This is one great photograph, Johnny. Good job. All right. Like I said, Europe is pretty much covered in snow right now. Lucky them. I live in Canada and there's like nothing here. So anyways, it's one of those winters again. The next photograph I want to share with you is one by Gerard Charnley. Gerard Charnley. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing all these names incorrectly. He photographed, a beautiful windmill. I don't know where Gerard is from, but yeah, no, this is a wicked shot. I mean, singular objects. I really like singularities in my work too. I like how in this scene the snow simplifies the whole tonal range of the background. It probably blurs out a whole bunch of I don't know, maybe a background that is would be highly distracting on other occasions. Gerard used a medium fast shutter speed. You can see the individual snowflakes streaking across the windmill. Yeah, this is a wonderful photograph. Nice overcast. The usage of the overcast light is wonderful. No detail in the snow in the foreground. That's good. I like that. It's just just an abstraction almost from a scene, right? You have the snow, the sky, and then the object. It's great work. Next photograph, another example of singularities. This wonderful photograph of a lone tree by Grant Murray. Grant is, I believe he's based out of Vancouver. Yeah, I love lone trees. This is, again, one of those subjects that, holy man, would be, passed by a lot of, people that actually live there. But photographers should really be aware of singular objects. I think this is a very emotional loaded image. I love the clouds. It almost looks like it's just the clouds are like dabbed on, but with a paintbrush. Just a gorgeous photograph. I love the foreground. The light, the post production on the foreground is stunning as well. Great photograph, Grant. Here's another interesting way of singling out objects. I mean, it's not really a way, but Andy Lee saw this and he knew that he was able to single out that tree in the foreground. by you know, photographing it against the darker trees in the background. And what I like about this as well is like the curved shape of the background trees. Yeah, this is again well seen, beautiful photograph, Andy. And then just to, you know, keep going with the snow scenes here, this is one of those I believe rare color photographs by Jens Ceder, or Jens Ceder. I don't know how to pronounce, yeah, your name. Anyways, this yeah, this color photograph has like Jens, I believe he said it in his post too, has a wonderful film feel to it. Very subtle colors in the sky. I would almost say like, you know, sunset. There's a little bit of warmth in that sky. Otherwise, it's, yeah, it's pretty much featureless. But that light makes it interesting. And then, you know, that grouping of reeds or long grasses there. How Jens photographed this, I mean, he saw the tonal separation, the color separation between the two, between the grasses and the trees in the background, and all of that together, the white snow, the green trees, the orangey grasses, and the blue, you know, bluish gray sky, makes for a wonderful color palette. The brown, you know, stems of the trees, really great color palette. I love this. Well seen, Jens. Sorry. All right, more snow. Here's a great. This is something I would photograph. I really like patterns and lines and stuff like that in geometry. You know, stuff like that in landscape photography. And I had some you know, fog and snow, and yeah, this is, you know, pretty much what the countryside looks like here as well. This is, you know, Paul, you know, he stood above exactly above one of those rows, and then the perspective, he lets the perspective do, you know, everything else, and the vantage point is basically bang in the middle. So you get all those converging lines, and that usually works very well in a photograph. That's a great scene. That that makes me happy. All right, no more snow, I promise. But it is white though. Here's Sharon Thomas. I cannot get enough of these White Sands photographs. Just wonderful. I mean, you get this in this photograph. You get this leading line from the bottom right that curves upwards, and then, you know, it takes you back down, and this is one of those dynamic compositions. You know, you can, if you have a singular object, your eye basically goes to that single object, and, you know, your eye stays there most of the time. This is one of those examples where a dynamic composition or a dynamic subject, although very simple, but a dynamic subject can lead your eye through the image, and your eye just goes around and around and around, and that is usually a telltale sign of a great image. Well done, Sharon. I like this. Alright, Nathan is still keeping busy with his new color series, his blue and white, I believe he calls it. This is a very interesting image, and I want to know from Nathan if this was. This almost feels like it is photographed at night. I know it probably is not, but, you know, using the full moon as a illumination. This is such a. The light in this photograph is very soft, and I love this. I love the colors in it. I love the curve the stone's making on the bottom, and yeah, I like how Nathan knew that the waves in the background water, background ocean, would make for a white curved area, and that would well be that area would be defined on the bottom by those rocks. The only thing I would say, Nathan, clean his image up. There's I see a couple dust spots, top right corner, and then there's a couple more here on the bottom. But yeah, no. Otherwise, yeah, interesting image like this. All right, another one of these seascapes. This time by Quincy Jefferson. I've told you this before, guys. Triangular objects or triangular lines in general are usually one of the strongest, subjects you can photograph. That and circles, or spheres or stuff. And this is again a very simple image. It's very 50-50, horizon in the middle, and left and right, very symmetrical. I'm used to seeing a little more contrast in Quincy's photographs, but this is a good shot. Long exposure. Again, like we talked. Excuse me. We talked about this last week too, about the contrails. Sometimes you can't work around them. You cannot work around them, and actually, I'm just seeing this. This isn't one of those. I like, discovering images. If you look closely on the horizon line, there's a whole bunch of mountains there. That's pretty sweet. And there's a lot of detail in this rock too. This is a good shot, Quincy. I like the subtle gradients in this as well. Like there's a sense of light in the sky. It's good. While we're on the subject of seascapes or waterscapes, I like this this double square 2/1 panel by Benoit Janssen Reynaud. It is of I would say a pier or something, some kind of boat dock or whatever. And here's a great example of probably foggy conditions and how they simplify a scene, and how you can afterwards in post-production how you can pull gradients over top and really single out your subject, just by post-processing and keeping your eye in the zone where you want it. That's basically what vignetting or burning in, like they call it in the darkroom. What it does, if you do it on the edges, it keeps your eye from wandering too much around. Because can you imagine, this would be a very different image if the top part would be white and the bottom part would be white too. Then I mean, it would lose a lot of its depth. Right, this is a grade 2/1, Benoit. All right, we're still on the subject of seascapes. Here's a beautiful photograph by Chris Day. I hear you guys say this a lot. Does minimal photography always need to be black and white? No, it doesn't. All right, long exposure photography can be done color or black and white. It doesn't really matter. Usually, color even would be a little bit more interesting. Here's an interesting choice by Chris to make this a vertical photograph, though, because and this is no critique or anything. This is not the time or place, but I think this image has a little bit too much sky. It would be good if it was a square with just a sliver of horizon maybe, and and then a little bit off of the foreground rocks, but that would be, that is me. But like the way it is now, you get this beautiful layered image of rocks, brown rocks, and then the tumultuous, sea, with all its tonal variations in it, and then obviously that the remains of an old pier, and then the nice sky. Um, this is a great layered image. I like this. And the next photograph I'd like to feature is one by David Orr. David submitted a square, I believe it was last week, of one of these things. I believe these are all, I don't know, mangroves or something. What I like about this image, although it is still the same subject, it's probably photographed at the same time, same light. This makes an interesting diagonal composition. You know, instead of singling out one, and it was not. I think this is more dynamic, and it gives you more of an idea of what this really is. This is almost like an environmental thing. Like there's a, I don't know, like, this is an area that got flooded. This could well be like a photograph that gets defined by the time it was taken, and not so much by the subject. This could have been a unique opportunity, and sometimes you need to take those opportunities. This is very well photographed. I like this. I like this much better than last week's, David. And woo, the 15th photograph. My God. This one is by Deepak Ghosh. Probably pronouncing your name again, wrong. This is the last of the seascapes, I promise. This is again one of those photographs that I think if you would tell me this is shot at night, I would definitely believe you. This has a lot of nighttime, full moonlight, qualities to it. It's very subtle, nice contrast, dark tones, beautiful foreground detail. Like even not only in the sand, but there's a lot of like little pebbles in that foreground, left foreground corner. It's a very even triangular shaped composition. Although some you would say like, oh, it's right heavy, but I think the whole white area makes up for that dark black triangle on the top there. I think it's very well balanced. I like this a lot. I do want to know if this is at night or not, Deepak. Just out of curiosity, if this was very much like Chris's shot in the beginning, vision, or a let's not call it vision. Let's call it, well, maybe, yeah, let's call it vision. If this is a particular look you were after, or this is photographed at the end or the beginning of a day. You know what I mean? Because you can photograph this during the day, midday, so to speak, and do everything in post, right? I just like to know when you photograph this, just out of curiosity, because this is a beautiful photograph. I like this a lot. All right, then I have two exceptions for you. Again, here we go with the snowscapes again. Sometimes, it is rewarding to look a little closer to certain subjects or objects, or in certain scenes, and this week, I hate these names. Guitar Behet. Oh jeez. I think everybody should make a video. All right, let's do this. Everybody makes a video and tells me how to pronounce their names. That sounds like a good idea. Photograph this beautiful snow thing. I don't really know what it is, but what I like about this is the not only the texture of the snow is pretty, clear, but it is subtle. It's not, in your face side lit. It's very much, overcast, photographed during overcast conditions, maybe a little bit of light. But I love the zigzag pattern in this. This is, I don't know what's underneath this, but this is wicked. I like this a lot. And I don't know why this is going, it's such, this snow is, so, why all these angles are there. I don't know, but it sure does work. I love this. And the other photograph was submitted by Matt Anderson. He photographed two. He submitted two photographs actually of this lonely tree, and the other photograph showed the whole tree, but I don't think that is necessary with a tree like this. I mean, I can totally imagine the top half of it, and this is obviously photographed during a snow event, and what I love about this is such a dreamy, not really dreamy, but the snow makes it, I don't know. Matt used a short shutter speed, so he could, really single out the snowflakes, make them, not streaks. But the shape of the tree is, wow, that is a find. That, I wonder if it didn't. Wait, I'm just having a brainwave. I just wonder if Matt. I'm just googling here. If Matt was the one that posted that lone tree last week. If it is not, I'm wasting a lot of your time. By looking it up. But this is a very stark image, black and white, and just the shape of the tree is ridiculously beautiful. I can stare at. Yeah, it was. There you go. We featured Matt's photograph last week too. It was that lone tree with all the trees, leaning inwards. I'm sure you'll remember. I wonder if it's the same tree. I don't think so. But still, it's a beautiful, fine, beautiful tree. Almost looks like coral, just a gnarly looking tree. Love this. Love this photograph. Beautiful work, Matt. And I have one more. This is another exception. By Russ Bishop. I don't know what it is, but I like this photograph of the full moon rising behind the Tetons. Yeah, no, it's just the jagged mountainscape, photographed at the edge of light. But yeah, maybe the moon could use a little more detail, but yeah, this, I don't know, this doesn't have to. The moon is placed on probably close to the the rule of thirds, but you have the rule of almost thirds too. Like the golden ratio, it's pretty close to that, I think. I love the the perfect shape of the moon, because that's what it's about. It's the perfect sphere versus the jaggedy edge of the mountain. That's a great contrast to play with. I like this. Oh, by the way, Russ has a whole bunch of interesting thoughts, and he often shares them on Twitter, and he often shares a lot of how-tos too, or just good thoughts. So if you don't follow him on Twitter, him on Twitter, do so, or check out his blog actually. All right, so what are we at? 30 minutes. Oh my god, this is way too long. Anyways, I'm gonna ask you this again. Who would you like to see curating the team? Like my three guys, Joel is one of my favorite photographers. So I would pick Joel. Would have liked to pick Henke. And yeah, no, I just like to know what you guys think of that, and who would you suggest for a wrap up. I would love to do like a video format hangout wrap up with another curator where we can talk about the selections he made and why, or she, and why he or she made it. I think that could be a very interesting video. Anyways, signing off. Thanks again for all your submissions this week. There was a lot of interesting photographs, and yeah, we featured quite a lot. All right. I hope I see you all next week. Have a great week.